Tracie and I met through both our work, which was at the Monterey County Sheriff's Department. It was pretty quick, whirlwind courtship.
He was a deputy sheriff and I worked over in the office at the Sheriff's Department. We started dating and a couple of years later we had Holly, and then a year later we got married, and then a year later we had twins. We've been married now for, I think next month it's 24 years.
Tracie and I have always said we see her as an old soul. She's always been more creative than you would think a tiny little kid would be.
I was so excited about that bike.
That bike.
Yeah.
You were so happy.
I was.
She looked at the world differently. She still does. And she can see things that I couldn't even dream of seeing. There were a couple things that I knew that I wanted for my kids, and that was braces and education. I knew how important it was, but my husband and I got married and had 3 kids in 2 years. And so financially, we were just not in a position to contribute to a college fund at that time. That is life, you know, we're just trugging along, just working and, you know, trying to make ends meet just like everybody else.
Hey, look.
Oh, isn't that your wedding? Yep.
When Holly was, gosh, she must have been 4 or 5, I told her, you need to do well in school if you want to go to college.
I just remember this conversation very distinctly. You telling me, you know, Holly, if you work hard in school and you get good grades, people will pay for you to go to school. And I remember just that locking into my brain and me thinking, okay, well then that's what I'm gonna do.
She really, really is the one that navigated applying for schools. When she applied to Stanford, I told her, I said, there's a lot of people who deserve to get in there. So if you don't be upset.
I don't remember what I was doing, but I remember hearing Holly scream out.
When I got home, I got out of the car, she came out of the garage and said, I got in. And I said, what are you talking about? And she said, I got into Stanford. And I said, no, you didn't.
It was an incredible moment you never forget. It was a very happy day.
I remember her telling me in the driveway she didn't know how bad she wanted to go there until she got in. She was worried about how we were going to afford it, and I said, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out.
We spoke amongst ourselves regarding how are we going to make it happen, because it seems like such a wonderful dream, but where's the steps to get there financially? And is this obtainable?
There was a lot of fear that we wouldn't be able to figure out a way for her to go. I knew nothing about Stanford's financial aid, nothing. I knew that she worked hard to get there, and it was my job to figure out how to afford to get her there. If that meant for us to take out a bunch of loans, we would have done it. I knew education was expensive, I just didn't know how expensive it was. When we found out that we were actually going to be getting financial assistance, a big weight off my heart, I know a big weight off my husband's heart.
It's a heavy load to think about that you might have to bear, and finding out that you won't have to bear that load, it's incredible.
Oh, settle down, you're fine. There you go. My advice to parents would be, don't lead with a no. Do the work, investigate it. There's ways. The doors that were opened for us through the university were huge, huge. When we dropped her off, we drove away, and I remember just having this very sick feeling in my stomach. They say raising kids is the hardest, and it's not. It's letting them go. That's the hardest.